What's up everybody, Melee Damage 15 here, and welcome back to my channel. We're back with another update video as 2.6 just launched into experimental today, and it's got some great updates. Let's dive into the changelog and take a look at some of the major changes. As always, if you want to read the entire list, the link to the changelog will be in the description below. So going over the highlights at the top, we start off with a big change. Dew collectors now need empty jars in order to produce jars of water. This was an update I thought would come when they first brought jars back, since they were trying to bring back some realism to the game, so it's nice to see this in the game instead of the dew collectors magically generating jars. The next is jars no longer need the crucible to craft, and the default jar return was changed to 60%. With needing jars to fuel the dew collector, it makes sense to not lock it behind the crucible anymore so that we can craft them a bit easier. Zombie XP has been rebalanced based on type, HP, and damage. This one is huge. Infernals and charged zombies didn't provide much more XP than rads before, which was disappointing with how much tougher they are. So this change makes killing them feel more rewarding. The last highlight is that they added tougher biome spawns to the snow and wasteland biomes. Basically this means there is a chance for roaming, spawned, radiated, charged, and infernal chucks and mutated Zeds in those two respective biomes. I love this update as it'll make the cities feel even more dangerous, especially in combination with smell and feral sense if you play with those on. For PC players, as always, this is how you opt into the update. Make sure you do this as the game will not automatically update you into an experimental version. As far as additions, for those of you who use crossplay, you can now see your Discord friends' sessions in-game. This is a nice change for crossplay as it should make linking up with your friends even easier. Radiated, charged, and infernal mutated zombies got a buff to their special ranged attack. Now it has increased distance and speed as well as patterns for the radiation sludge it shoots out. Definitely a good change to make the mutated zombies more dangerous. All versions of the mutated zombies also got their ranged attack damage increased. The stag and doe will now have sound effects when they are in roaming and alerted modes. Moving on to changes, the Harvest Animals challenge was finally updated to remove requiring a bone knife for it to count. Now you can use any harvest tool or weapon and it will work. As mentioned earlier, the snow biome will now have wild spawning infernal, charged, and radiated chuck zombies, as well as infernal, charged, and radiated mutated zombies in the wasteland. Snow biome and wasteland biomes also got a big increase to their game stage multipliers. The snow biome now multiplies your game stage by 3 and adds 30, and the wasteland multiplies by 5 and adds 50. The wasteland is now a very dangerous place. The wasteland will now also have hot and cold events similar to the desert and snow biomes, making the environment even more of a factor as well. Once again, zombie XP is now dependent on HP and damage dealt, so the scaling makes killing tougher zombies even more rewarding. For you PvP players, the player kill XP was increased to incentivize more PvP. I'm not a PvP player myself, but this is a good change. As in the highlights, dew collectors now require jars, and jars don't need a crucible to craft and can be crafted in the inventory once again. Dew collectors also have 9 slots, which, if you have the tarp mod, means you can now get 27 jars of water before a single dew collector is full. The gyrocopter has 5 mod slots now, but you will need to craft a new one if you currently already have one. PC, Mac, and Linux now use an uncompressed texture for the road splat map for higher quality blending. This is the stuttering issue fix from 2.5, and for any console players wondering why it doesn't mention consoles, it's because we don't have access to experimental updates. So this will also be patched over for the consoles when 2.6 goes stable, as referenced in this Fatal post that I talked about in my last update video. Direwolves and bears have increased hearing and sight, and bears can now fit in 1x2 meter or door size gaps. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more 7 Days to Die content. I have a goal of hitting 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your help, so thank you in advance. As for the fixes, there are several, but I want to point out that some people might have noticed that legendary parts were harder to come by in 2.5. This is because when you put a point into any armor perk, it should have increased your chances of finding legendary parts, but it actually was decreasing it. That has now been fixed in 2.6. The issues with items being lost when adding or removing a vehicle storage mod has now been patched. Sending small animals to the moon has also been patched.
What is up, little coyote?
Oh my gosh.
That was crazy.
Lastly, sleeper zombies being killed off due to timing out on quest has been given a rework. Before, if you took a long time to clear out a POI, the remaining sleepers would just die and then the job would just complete. This made it hard for stealth builds to play because generally they're sneaking around, so it takes longer to clear jobs. The sleepers now have a 24 in-game hour timeout before they are killed. Overall, I do believe there were some really good changes to the game. I know there is going to be some debate with the new Dew Collector system, as well as the changes to bears, but honestly, I really don't mind these updates in my opinion. Nothing too groundbreaking, but there are definitely some good quality of life updates included here, and I think it really helps to set up the game for 3.0 and future updates. What are your thoughts on the 2.6 updates? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more 7 Days to Die videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.